you beautiful, awesome people, and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution for the Nintendo Switch. In the previous episode, it was also the very last episode for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Marathon, and I knew I'd kind of do that because I've been playing my PS4 for a little bit, plus the Nintendo 64, so my A naturally went to like a different button instead of my A button. Of course it did. Anyways, in the previous episode, we went through, just did a whole bunch of duelist challenges using a brand new deck, which was the Rise of Ra deck. Now, in that episode, the deck was a little bit inconsistent because I didn't have a couple of cards that I really needed to make this deck kind of just, you know, shine like a star that's booming in the space. Oh, that didn't make any sense. Booming in outer space. That's better. I missed a word. That's why it didn't sound that good. Anyways, the card that I needed was a card called Card Advance. Look at the top 5 cards on the top of your deck and then place them on top of your deck in any order. You can tribute summon one monster in addition to your normal summon set this turn. You can only gain this effect once per turn. This combined with one true name, or the true name, declare one card name, excavate the top card of your deck, and if it's a declared card, add it to your hand. Then if you add that card to your hand, you can add that card to your hand or special summon one divine monster from your deck, otherwise send it to the graveyard. You can only activate one true name per turn. Now, I completely forgot this also had the chance to special summon. I always go add to hand instead of like, you know, special summoning one divine monster, which in this case is Ra. The other card I've actually got to add to this deck now that I think about it, because it's in my side deck, is the Winged Dragon of Ra Immortal Phoenix. Now this cannot be normal summon set, must be special summoned by its own effect. If the Winged Dragon of Ra is sent from the field to the graveyard, which that could be by battle or by Mirror Force or something like that, you can special summon, is sent from the field to your graveyard while this card is in your graveyard. I did it again. I will get out of that habit today, I swear. So if you send this to the graveyard through something like Twin Twister. There was Graceful Charity in this deck that actually could have been handy as well for draw power. But anyways, if it was sent while it's in your graveyard, special summon this card. Cards and effects cannot be activated in response to this effect's activation. This card is unaffected by other cards' effects, so you can pay 1,000 life points, send one monster from the field to the graveyard, which is already affected by the Winged Dragon of Ra, besides being able to pay like all of your life points but 100 to give its attack, so it doesn't have that. It already has 4,000 attack, but it still retains that destruction effect. Once per turn during the end phase, send this card to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon one Dragon of Ra Sphere mode from your hand, deck, or graveyard, ignoring the special conditions, which in turn then allow you to special summon out another Winged Dragon of Ra, for you contribute summon that, and then again it has 4,000 attack. So if you had more than like one Phoenix mode in your graveyard, I'd be able to say you'd be able to loop it a couple of times if you're able to somehow bring it out of the graveyard, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of the couple of missing links that we really had out of this deck. It was mainly Card Advance and the True Name. The other card that I've been suggested a couple of times was the Legacy of Duelist, which kind of goes over my head a little bit into what it does. I kind of haven't had a chance to really sit down and try and learn what this card does, and because it goes over my head a little bit, I really don't want to demonstrate it on screen. So because I now have like a bit more of a week to actually sit down and learn cards, I might actually sit down and learn that after this recording and before the next recording, although I am thinking about doing that recording probably on Wednesday, since I don't think I'm going to have Wednesday's series ready by that time, so I might fill it up with another episode of Legacy of the Duelist instead. So I'm going to try and learn it before then, and then if it does work in with this deck, I mean, I've seen people suggesting it, which should mean it should work in with this deck, so I'll see if that works in, and if it does, I'll add it into the deck. And I also brought back Twin Twisters as well, since it now works in with Phoenix mode, and just for general, just getting rid of big threats from back row and all that. Anyways, oh, damn it, I'm doing the reverse again. The other things in my side deck, I did have One Day of Peace, which is what we showed off in the last episode, Graceful Charity for draw, Upstart Goblin, you know, giving the opponent some life points, but in return we do draw one card. We also have Magic Cylinder to try and, you know, reflect some damage back. I mean, we could throw that into the deck, and we also had Royal Decree, but my only main issue with that is the fact it also negates our cards as well, so Mirror Force, Draining Shield, being our main forces of traps in this deck, so kind of annoying, but could be in return quite good, because as I said, no mirror force or anything like that to pop whenever I declare an attack. Also, I learned another thing too, which I didn't know of. Well, I didn't know because I didn't fully understand the effect of Raz Disciple. I just thought you can summon out 3 Raz Disciples, it's easy tributes, but except for one little line, you cannot special summon monsters except by the effect of Raz Disciple, which in turn means Sphere Mode doesn't work while Raz Disciple is on the field. I learned that the hard way and was like, is my game bugged? What's going on? So Raz Disciple is both good and bad in a way. So that's the thing. Anyways, we're going to move on with the campaign today, and we're now moving on to Season 2, not of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! We're far past Season 2 there, to GX, A New Breed of Heroes. Let's jump into that. As soon as the summer was over, it was the start of Jaden's second year at Duel Academy, with one big change, and this is after, obviously, like the graduation duel with Jaden and Zane. Zane's moved on to bigger and greater things. Chumley's now at Industrial Illusions, and Cyrus should be in yellow at this point, I think. Chancellor Shepard was called away for unknown reasons, so Dr. Crowler served as the acting Chancellor. That's kind of bad, actually. Aster Phoenix, not only is this superstar the top-ranked duelist in the entire world, he's joined the freshman class of our very school. Hold on, that's a very quick jump. So we've gone past introducing who Aster Phoenix is, which is one of the top-ranked duelists in the world. Recognized by Pegasus. I forgot what number Pegasus said Aster was. I think it was like top 5 or something like that, or top 5 favorite duelist. I don't want to really go on to say anything else about Aster Phoenix, but really he's just a pro duelist at this point. He's going around dueling people, but he's also got his own motive at the same time for being a pro duelist. There's a big backstory there, which I would imagine that this game would cover. I would hope, considering that's kind of like part of the story. So we'll get on a little bit further just in case I do explain it. With a celebrity under my tutelage, I'll be famous. After all, everyone on Earth knows Aster Phoenix. Dr. Crowler didn't realize that Aster already arrived on the island much earlier, so Crowler was left waiting at the docks. This doesn't make any sense. He's a no-show. After Aster covertly took care of some business on the island, he returned to the big city to continue dueling professionally. That would have been... Hold on, didn't he come to the island because he knew that Jaden was there using elemental heroes, and Aster mistook Jaden to be the target that he was after because Aster's after a certain someone linked to his particular deck? Yeah, this is going to get sloppy. Aster prepared for his duel with the hottest pro duelist on the circuit, Zane Truesdale. Before the duel, Aster met with his agent, Sartorius Kuma. What's up? I wish you'd spend less time in your juvenile games and more time preparing for your duels. You're on the heels of the greatest challenge of your life. Please, you know I'll win. Yes, the cards do predict victory. However, Zane is merely one step towards your true destiny. Any chance you're going to tell me what my destiny might be? No, but you shall find out in due time, and until then, you must put your complete faith in me. After your battle with Zane, you must return to Duel Academy where you will challenge Jaden Yuki to a duel. But first things first, your public awaits. Yeah, I got a big night ahead. After Aster defeated Zane, he announced his next opponent would be Jaden Yuki. I kind of wish they showed off this particular duel because it was quite, let's just say, it's a turning point for Zane's personality at this point, and it's a bit more of a backstory into Zane, which kind of makes a big difference in the story and what's about to happen as well in Season 2, which is at this point, Zane's gone pro, but every duel that he's gone in, he's lost. So he's on a big losing streak, and being defeated by Aster is kind of like a beginning of a downfall at this point. Back at Duel Academy, Jaden and Aster faced off. Alright, time to loosen your tie, roll up your sleeves and get your game on. Please, I won't even break a sweat, you're going down, man. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's do this. I swear they left out so much context in that duel out of that whole little bit. And yet, I'm blanking on a lot of it because I was like, why did he go back to the Duel Academy for? Or was it just to scout out for a little bit and see what's going on? Because then Sartorius mentioned he had to duel Jaden. Okay, I generally can't remember, but I feel there was a lot of context missed out there. I'm gonna go second. Oh yeah, I just realised we're using Aster Phoenix, not Jaden. Alright, this will be cool. I'm curious to see what deck Aster actually runs at this point, because he had... Yes, he is gonna say. I think at this point he used half and half. It was Elemental Heroes, and then there's another archetype being introduced, but I'll see... No, we are using both, never mind. I did get... that's annoying. I did get Burning Land, so I can get rid of... Destiny Hero. Okay, so that kind of gave away the other archetype we're using, which is Destiny Hero, but I kind of don't have anything for that at the moment. If I go Sparkman, it might hold him off a little bit. If I use Burning Land, I could take advantage of that and the fact that he'll take 500 life points first. Alright, I'm gonna summon Sparkman first. As I said, it might deter him from attacking. And then go Burning Land. Hold on, what's my fusions? Elemental Hero, Shining Phoenix, Enforcer, which is Phoenix Enforcer plus Elemental Hero Sparkman. And Phoenix Enforcer, which is Avion and Bastinatrix, which is like an alternative fusion for those. Alright. I guess at this point, we leave it there. I still kind of wonder if I should have crashed into that Sparkman. But then I would have been open for an attack. 2 back row. 3 back row. Also with Burning Land too, he can't play a field spell, which means no Skyscraper at that point. So I got Dreadmaster. If this card is special summoned by Clock Tower Prison, destroy all monsters you control except Destiny Hero monsters. Also after that, you can special summon up to 2 Destiny Hero monsters from your graveyard. After this card is special summoned, for the rest of this turn, Destiny Hero monsters you control cannot be destroyed. Also, you take no battle damage when they battle. The attack and defense of this card is equal to the combined original attack of all other Destiny monsters you control. Oh yeah, I forgot this thing was quite overpowered. And quite scary. I can't summon it because I need Clock Tower, which is a field spell, which this is kind of negating. That could be Clayman, that may not be Clayman. I might go Battle Phase and just get rid of that defense. It's Bubble Man, that's alright. That goes. I kind of just gotta hang out and see what's going on. Just get a bit of a feel for things. And plus, as I said, he's gonna take 500 life points first before me. So as long as I stay ahead with life points, I'm gonna win this duel just by not doing anything. Alright, another defense. It could very well be Bubble Man again, because I'd say he hasn't got anything in his hand, which makes me kind of worried when we... Oh, here we go. I can go for my Polymerization. And we'll go for Phoenix Enforcer. Using Bastinatrix and Avions. That was quite a lucky draw. Which gives me 2 monsters. And I can get rid of Sparkman at the same time. No effect though. Hold on, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. It does have an effect. That's a good effect. No. Get rid of that. And that'll be Bubble Man? No, it was Avion. Okay, that was good to get rid of, because Avion's kind of like a staple to Jaden's deck. In regards to fusions, like everything needs Avion. So now we should be in relatively good momentum now. 3 back row. Bubble Man, oh no. Rot Reeler. I think once that's destroyed, it allows him to search for Polymerization and all that. Miracle Fusion. That'll be Anchor. Oh no, Tempest. 2800. I was gonna say, because I can't be destroyed by battle. He did get rid of all his back row. That's a good thing. Misfortune. Oh, I'm now losing. Uh-oh. Select one face-up monster your opponent controls. Ah. That would put me in the lead, though. So if I go off Tempest, that's 1400. Putting me in the lead. Shame that's not a Destiny hero. Yeah, it's an Elemental hero. I can't be destroyed though. I'm still in the lead though. Okay, he's got a tribute. Elemental hero Necro Shade. Okay, another D shield, which I still can't use. Alright, deal damage there. That's all I can do for now. It's gonna be a very tight bloody duel here. Right, 3100. Unfortunately, he deals 700 to me. So he'll catch up to me quite quickly. Unless there's some way for me to get rid of that card. A defusion or something would be nice. Yeah, I got nothing. I just have to attack and then hope I get something to get rid of that card. Pot of Greed. Oh, that's handy. Alright, one back row. Actually, I think at this point I'm gonna lose. Unless I get rid of that Tempest, I've lost. Terraforming. Problem is I can't put down field spells. Unless I can. Let's have a look. Damn it. I need a skyscraper or something. And it's gonna get destroyed. I was kind of hoping he'd get rid of Burning Land, but he's not going to. Ah, that's so annoying. I have like no way around this. What was my other card? That wasn't even going to be enough. Oh, yeah, it would have been. But I never saw that card. Phoenix Enforcer. Oh, wait. And then Sparkman, which is in my graveyard. Because it's that. Ah. Have I got a way of reviving? No, I don't. Ah, Sparkman. I actually needed Sparkman. That was the only way I was going to win this duel. That's super annoying. Maybe I can do it like a Heart of the Cards moment and pull out Sparkman like at the last turn, just before I lose. That would be amazing if I did. Because I basically lose next turn. If I don't draw Sparkman or some type of revival, I lose. Ugh. That's annoying. All I needed was a Sparkman, that was it, or Revival. Alright, let's try that again. That was a bit unfortunate. Alright, let's do this again. So now I know Sparkman actually is vital. I need Avion Bastinatrix to get Phoenix Enforcer out, and then I need Sparkman after that. That's a pretty bad hand. I mean, all I can do is just use that at this point. I mean, that's good for getting out Dreadmaster, or No, is it Dreadnought or Dreadmaster? Yeah, I think it is Dreadmaster. Destiny Hero Dreadmaster. Alright, that's 1 clock token. I need 4 of them. Foolish Burial. Oh, that's handy. Necroshade straight to the graveyard. Activate its effect and set up another Necroshade. Interesting. What if I should have used another Terraforming? Dread Servant. When this card is normal summon, place 1 clock counter on each clock tower prison. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent, you can target one and destroy that target. Not yet! Ah! I'm just gonna send another one to my hand, because then I can potentially... Is it from my... From your hand? Okay. So really, I've just gotta hang out. Two. And then when it comes around to my turn, that should be a 3rd. Then I can place down Dread Servant and get a 4th. I'm gonna have to take a lot of damage in the process. Right, Graceful Charity. Oh. Ha. Okay, I got Clayman, Destiny Hero Dasher. I got 2 servants, that's gonna be handy. Just gonna send that to the graveyard. That's a tribute. What if I can summon... Oh, I might actually just play down Clayman just to protect my life points at this point. And then I can set out Servant, and then when that goes rip, I get a counter for that. Actually, I could have done it this turn, because when my opponent's sandbags comes around, that would have been the 4th one. Fusion Gate. That activates for me too, so that is handy in both ways. Right, Necro Shaman, 1900. That still doesn't bypass at this point. Oh, but it does destroy. Oh, that's bad. And then Skyscraper just to put... Oh, that's nasty. I'm taking a lot of life point damage. Right, Fusion Sage. Put a 4th on there. And then you don't take any damage from battle, which is what I need. And then I can destroy that. And cool, now I can just end phase. And then I'll get attacked. I don't take any battle damage either. Yes. Destroy that. And that activates, and I can activate Dreadmaster from there. And then I can special summon these 2. And then my Dread Servant. And then if I can summon another Dread Servant too, that boosts up Dreadmaster. I've got Mirror Force too, that's going to be extremely handy. Then I can place that down. And then place another Dread Servant, which adds another clock counter. And then go no, never mind. Oh, no, I wouldn't have any left. I've probably only got 2 in this deck. And I'm gonna go into my battle phase right now. Go into that. And then attack that. I doubt that's gonna break through that, so I'm probably just gonna leave it there. Ah, it goes in defense position. That's fine. Right, that's the second clock counter. Polymerization. He just happened to have both cards he needed. That's fine, I got Mirror Force in the back. Thunder Giant. He has to discard a card though to use its effect, which he can't. So it's going to go straight into an attack. Though, I still don't understand why Thunder Giant has an animation, but the God cards don't have one. That's really confusing to me. You think out of all the cards, it'd be the God cards that have an animation. Now I will stop your attack with my Mirror Force, and I should win at this point. So if I go tribute a card, that'll get 1,000. Oh, I got Diamond Dude! Which I don't think I'm gonna need. Change to attack. Activate its effect. And then tribute you. And then summon Diamond Dude. Gives that an extra 1,400. Yep, that's definitely enough now to take out Jaden. There's no back row either, so that's just a clear-cut win. That first draw was just an unfortunate draw of cards. There we go. Right, that was relatively easy. Your dueling skills may not be half bad. However, there's something I have that you'll never have. Purpose, a reason to duel besides having fun. Now, I think in the anime at this point, Aster won, yes. Not just the fact that we won, but by canon, or canonically, he does win, Jaden loses, and then this is kind of where we're going to the whole Jaden's arc of the Neo-Spacians at this point. A reason to duel besides having fun. What else is there? The reason I duel is to bring justice to the world by punishing people who think they're above the law. Come again? I'm guessing you need an explanation. My father was a duelist too. He worked as a card designer for Maximilian Pegasus. My dad put his heart into every design he created. He was my hero. What happened? Some punk took him away. I knew they were going to use that translation. No, a punk didn't take him away. He was murdered. He was cold-blooded murdered. And that was in the Japanese version. In the English translation, they made it that someone stole him, which made no sense whatsoever. And yeah, so when you hear the Japanese side of it, it's like, oh, that makes more sense. He broke into a house and now he's no longer with us. That's awful. Hold up. Did your dad design? That's right, my father created the Destiny Heroes. They were the last cards he ever made. My father taught me that justice would always prevail. But he was wrong. Justice is a lie. They still haven't found my dad. Nope. They haven't found who was the person behind his dad's murder, but other than that, yeah, as I said, when you hear the Japanese side, it makes more sense. And whoever took him away is still out there. I duel to bring lawbreakers to justice, and in honor of my father, I use the very cards he created to punish these evildoers. And someday I'm gonna find the scum, wow, that kidnapped my father and made him pay for what he did. It was not only that too, the person that murdered his father also took away with the strongest Destiny Hero card as well. I know him as soon as I see him because he'll have a rare, oh okay, just explain it now. He'll have a rare card, the one he stole when he took my dad. It was the last card my father made. Whoever has it is gonna regret the day he was born. My question is, are they actually going to show that duel? Because any other time, no they don't. Right, we've got here Elemental Hero, Necro Shade, Mudball Man, and a lot of duel points. Well, not that many, considering I could get that in the same amount of time and more. Sorry, I get more duel points in the same amount of time by actually losing. Alright, story deck. No joke, I go into like duelist challenges and keep surrendering, and you end up with more duel points in the same amount of time as it takes you to actually win and get duel points. It's actually very sad. Like sometimes you get 500, anywhere between 500 to 900 and something duel points, it's actually very good to just go to duel challenges and just keep losing. Same thing with like your main game stuff too, just keep going in and losing and you end up with more duel points. And cards too. So terraforming Clock Tower Prison, that's kind of a scary start. Because we know what this does. Bastinatrix straight up on the field, we need to get rid of that because that's kind of like his fusion core as well. Got polymerization. So we'll summon that. All I got is a stupid bubble man. Alright, put that in defense because that's all I can really do with that stupid thing. Alright, let's have a look at... Oh, I can't. Not my turn. I kind of don't like how you can't look at your fusions, like, while... I might save that because he's not... that can't bust through Bubble Man. Alright, Tribute. Into Destiny Hero Dasher. I will use my Segetsu armor on that one. Alright, another Necro Shade. So I got Wild Edge, Thunder Giant, Tempest, Shining Flare Wingman, Blaster, Necro Shaman, Mudball Man, Flare Wingman, and Electrum. The usual suspects. And there's not really much I can do at this point. Oh, I could have tributed it and gone into Blade Edge now that I think about it. Oops. Misfortune. Actually, it might have been good now I didn't do that because I only took 400 life points instead of a whopping 1300 life point damage. Oh, we didn't actually go for it. Okay, now I'm confident to go for that unless that's a trap. Though I can go into Mudball, man. So that has no effect except for whopping defense. That's the reason why you go into Mudball, man, besides, like, really good defense. Because now he's got a tribute a card to attack. I kind of feel I should have actually gone now for just Blade Edge instead of going for Mudball, man. It's alright, I'll kind of just play this out. So he's got a tribute. Because that kind of works in with Dreadmaster. Activate this. Get rid of that. If I can get Necro Shade somehow into my graveyard, oh my god. Right, 4 counters, which means he's not going to take damage points. And he can easily get that destroyed and bring out Dreadmaster. I still don't know what I'm going to do at this point. Because as soon as he brings out Destiny Hero Dread Servant, it's pretty much game over at that point for me. Fusion Sage. This was a mill there. Avion. Well, that can't bust through. Right, now I can go for Blade Edge. Okay, I got Monster Reborn, that's handy. Problem is though, he's not going to be taking any battle damage because of the field spell at the moment. Oh, I got Tribute too, don't I? Oops. It's alright, I'll probably end up with a better fusion anyways at this point. And I can easily just use Monster Reborn as well. Should I use that get back the fusion card actually? I think I might. Oh, I can't bring back fusion. Since when can I not... Oh, because it can only be special summoned through means of polymerization or fusion. bring that back. That actually might be handy to bring back. Get rid of that. Then Destiny Signal. It's pretty similar to like Hero Signal except for Destiny Heroes. And then just destroy that. Alright, end phase. That goes in defense position. Unfortunately though, there's going to be no battle damage until that goes rip. Which, if there's even is a way of making that go rip. Still can't do anything at this point. This is annoying. Have I got a way of getting around? That's a card effect, so Wild Man won't get around that either. I guess I kind of just build up and hope that Dreadmaster comes out soon. And just get rid of whatever's on the field. Right. Rottweiler. Set that. So it's destroyed by battle and set to the graveyard, I get Polymerization and Elemental Hero. Well, from my graveyard. Oops. Right, Doomlord. Right, that gets banished, that's fine. And it comes back the next turn, I do believe. Right, there's a Polymerization. Still can't do anything at this point. Let's go get rid of that. And then get rid of that. If this gets sent to the graveyard through Mirror Force, that's fine. The card will come back on the second standby phase, I do believe. Right, next standby phase, I get my card. I think as soon as he plays down that Clock Tower Prison, it destroys the other one. Oh, okay, we're gonna drag this out. Alright, I can activate this. Go for Necro Shaman. I mean, at the moment, if he does decide to stall, I'm going to end up winning because I'm 3 cards behind him, which means he'll deck out first. And there's still nothing I can do. This is actually really irritating. I can't do anything. Come on, gang, give me something to do something. Card comes back. Like, my field's stacked, but we're not doing anything. It's like, come on. That's fine. He just gave me 2 Necro Shades in the graveyard. Foolish Burial. Well, a Miracle Fusion would be nice, or something at this point. I'm gonna just keep a hold of that. Right, just keep ending phase, end phase, end phase, end phase. Hopefully something happens sooner or later. Although it'd be probably just my luck when something does finally happen, I get smacked. Please be a Doom Servant. Oh, it's Vicinatrix. What is even this duel? This is so boring. For a pro duelist, Aster's pretty bad. End phase, turn change. That's good for banishing if I get Miracle Fusion at some point. Well, I got a way of getting rid of that Dreadnought when it comes out, or Dreadmaster. I'll just use Fearless Burial and see who's not in the graveyard at this point, and then just put it in there and use Miracle Fusion to bring out Electrum, and then different Burial from different dimension to bring all those cards back, and then Electrum should get a boost. Who do I want to bring back? Bring back a Wild Heart and a Polymerization. Pot of Greed. Something might actually happen here. Eventually. Activate Pot of Greed. Hey, we finally got Miracle Fusion. So, if I did... Unfortunately, though, I still can't deal life point damage. That's the thing at this point. Alright, what's in my graveyard? There's no Bestinatrix, and that's who we need for Thingy Jiggy. We've already got a Clayman in there. We've got a Clayman here. Oh, wait, huh? Oh, from your graveyard. Well, things need to go rip, and things aren't going rip. Summon you. Hey, we finally had Mirror Force pop. Something happened at least. But I can still go through with this because Wild Heart didn't get affected. You know, we're slowly getting there. I've got a few more cards now in the graveyard. Shame it wasn't field and graveyard. Oh, it is field and graveyard. Is everyone in the graveyard now? Is there an Avion already in the Bestinatrix? Probably not. Right, so we nearly got everyone there. Okay, can't bust through that. You know, all of a sudden I feel really tired. It's like, just tired from like how straight up boring this is. I managed to get like Dreadmaster on the field quite easily, and yet Aster is apparently struggling with it. So if I summon this, I should be able to use Miracle Fusion now. And then go Electrum. Right, that. Then Clayman, Bubbleman, and Bestinatrix. And then when the Electrum comes out too, I actually don't even need my a barrel from different dimension, because Electrum should bring them back. 4 in the Banished, Electrum comes out. This should have like a ton of attack too. What do you want me to chain? No. Still a shame I can't do anything. Come on, Aster, just like... let me break through. I just want to break free. I want to play. This is not fun. This is far from fun. I can't do life point damage. I can't do anything. This pro duelist is a pro installing, that's for sure. I don't know what to say at this point because I'm all out of commentary because there's not much happening. I got Skyscraper. But that's about it. I'll play another Wild Heart. Someday he's gonna play Doom Servant. I mean, you would have... oh, sorry, Dread Servant. You'd think by now he would have played a Dread Servant to try and get rid of the clock tower. Or is the AI that dumb that it's not going to do that? If I surrender for another 14 turns, I should win. How do you get so many cards down like that? 17 clock counters. Oh my lord, I seriously can't do anything. I don't have any way of getting rid of that card. I would love to get rid of that card because that means I can do life point damage at least. But at this present time, nothing can be done. Aster's not putting down another clock tower to destroy it. And if it destroys it, then Dreadmaster would come out. Oh, I finally got MST. We can actually get something rolling at this point. Hala bloody Luya. It only took, 36 turns? Oh, seriously, you don't know how much of a sigh of relief it is to know that there's something finally is happening. And I'm going to go rip if I'm not careful. Now I need, what is it, 500? For each monster your opponent controls that shares an attribute. Oh, goes off my opponent. Oh, all I gotta do is destroy a couple of cards that he has and we're good. So all I gotta do is go into that. Oh, wait, what? Oh, on the turn it's summoned, none of the monsters can be destroyed. Oh, that's bad. Right, Magical Stone Excavation. Another clock tower. Going through this again, are we? And now we'll go through a point where Aster's just like, nah, I'm just gonna like take 3,000 years. And then I could go for another Wild Heart. He didn't go for an attack with the other ones. Okay, finally he brought out Dread Servant. God, he really wants to stall this out, doesn't he? Okay, that'll give me Thunder Giant. Right, fusion summon these two. And then that, oh, does it negate effects? I can't remember. If it does, then it shouldn't matter because it won't have the target available. I got plenty of cards to discard. That's fine at this point. It's like, I just want this duel to be done at this point. Get rid of that. Hallelujah! Let's get this duel going. Alright, let's get rid of that. Then get rid of that. Then he has to destroy that spell card. Oh, he doesn't have to. We at least got rid of it. Oh, couldn't I have used it again and got rid of Diamond Dude? Reinforcement of the army. Tell you what, he's gonna run out of cards at this point. I have double the amount of cards in the deck. That's another card gone. Oh no, sorry, it was something else besides. Ah, oh, Skyscraper turned around and bit me in the bum. I can't activate it though, I don't think. Oh, this is stupidly infuriating. Alright, keep playing cards at this point. Just deck yourself out. This duel has not been interesting at all. It's had, like, some interesting moments, but then you just stalled us out. Right, that goes straight to the graveyard. 6 cards left. If he keeps activating Diamond Dude, I think we win. Hey, you know what? I win. And then I activate this. And then I send these 2 to the Banished. Right, then activate Flame Wingman. And go for that. An extra 1600 too, puts me in the lead. And then next turn I get rid of Diamond Dude. And then we're good. I win. Even if he decks himself out or he's gonna lose life points. One of the two. Another Diamond Dude, that's not gonna get sent to the graveyard, but still. Still, Diamond Dude actually might be quite handy for like my Ra deck. You can use it to see what your next card is and use the true name. And then just do that. Oh, I should have put those cards in attack position. Never mind. I win next turn. About time, this duel is over! Oh. Tell you what, I was probably going to go insane if that duel was going to go any longer than it was. This duel is just a matter of, like, just patience, I think. 3 cards left. Card face down. I win. Warrior returning alive. I don't care if a warrior is returning alive. I just want this duel to be over and done with. Because my patience is running very thin at the moment. I'm done. No, no. No. Game, no. Right, that's game. 1400. And a wild man. We could have ended it last turn, but I was like, oops. Right, it's done. That was a long duel. That was not needed. Wait, what? Challenge deck unlock? I hit... What? Are you serious? Aster's like a main character. Why is he the last duel for Aster? So we're not gonna get the conclusion duel? No, you've got to be kidding. I had complaints with that because that's the whole, like, second thing for Season 2. You've got 2 stories going on in Season 2. You got Jaden against the main villain. You got Aster trying to find the dude who offed his father, and then they have a big duel at the end. Or was that in Season 3? But I swear it's in Season 2. No, I've got issues with that. I've got a lot of issues. Oh, I actually got Diamond Dude. That's cool. But still, I have issues with that. You can't end Aster off like that. Yeah, that's it. Aster's done. We don't see any more duels from Aster at all in this game. I seriously have issues with that because he is like a main protagonist or anti-hero or something like that in Season 2. Oh man, that's some major plot issues there. Anyways, we're gonna go opening cards. We're doing Bastion, and this should be the last time we do Bastion's card openings on screen too, because we've already got 273. And I normally end it at 300 out of 314 for singles, because normally by that point you get an idea what's in this deck. Another link card, Dino Wrestler King T Rexel. So, Sakuretsu Armor, Dino Wrestler. That's a card I'm familiar with. That's meta. Like Dino Wrestler. Is that seriously an old card? I thought that was a new card when everyone was talking about it. That's cool. Like, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Dino Wrestler Pankatrops once per turn this way. Quick effect, you contribute 1 Dino Wrestler monster, then target 1 card your opponent controls. Destroy it. You can only use this effect of Dino Wrestler Pankatrops once per turn. Okay, someone needs to explain to me if that is a new card or if that's an old card. because I'm obviously not familiar with card history. All I know is that is somewhat meta at the moment, and dinosaurs, because of that, have kind of gone up in usage. And I was like, this is really cool, because I have never really seen dinosaurs be meta, which is so weird, because they have some of like the coolest card artworks and everything. So it's kind of nice to see dinosaurs get some, you know, notoriety in this game, which is really cool. And this thing is like, you know, super overpowered with that effect too, if your opponent controls more monsters. And in the current meta, with the danger engine, where they just summon out a whole bunch of monsters and they start, you know, discarding cards and everything, like have half your graveyard, or like, sorry, half your deck already in the graveyard on turn one, you're like, what just happened? And it's like, you know, a link monster there, co-linked with that monster there, and then another monster co-linked to that there, and then all of a sudden they're all discarded, and your opponent's field goes empty, and it's like, I don't know what's going on at this point. The new rules for Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like, I mean, as I said, I kind of understand the new rules now for Yu-Gi-Oh! But just watching current meta plays is just like, I seriously have no idea what's going on. There's cards going everywhere, there's cards going here, cards going in the graveyard, then cards being tributed for a link summon, and that card's going booming and going in the graveyard, then something's being special summon from the graveyards or special summon from the deck. It's like, wah! Someone please explain to me in simple layman's terms, what is this duel? I used to think, like, you know, Pendulum was like really bad for like not understanding what's going on. Then you see the current link summoning, you're like, I seriously have no idea what's going on. Oh, the simpler days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Were just so good. You knew what was going on, and that's all you really needed to know, was just have the best deck and go from there. And now it's just a matter of the first person to really just discard their opponent's deck or something like that is just the winner. Or discard half their deck, or whatever the case is. Beast King Barbados, Rock Spirit, Vampire Scarlet Scourge. We're actually not getting a lot of new cards. Though as I said that, I just noticed my number jump up quite a bit. King of the Beast. Blowback Dragon. Black Tyranno. I kind of want to use a dinosaur deck now, because I said a lot of dinosaurs were quite cool. Because for some odd reason, I used to use quite a lot of dinosaur decks, and then when you had, what's his face, the Dinosaur Hunter, for Season 3, I really liked his deck. I thought it was really interesting, not the fact that he was like a stereotyped Australian or anything like that, but his deck was generally just interesting. Vampire Retainer, that looks cool, I like that artwork. Slash Straw. Wasn't that one of the main cards used in one of the filler duels? Jurassic, Master of Oz. You know, as I probably have already said that in a previous episode, but I think I kind of just have to use an Australian deck just for the sake of using an Australian deck since I am Aussie. Just for like the lols. Oh, what? Oh, that was weird. I lost audio for like a couple of seconds. Totally awesome. Ha! An Exceed. It's a rank 2 Exceed monster. I wonder if this is a decent card. Because it sounds familiar. Totally awesome. Bloodsucker. King of the Swamp. That's a good card. I know that because it's a fusion substitute card, and they're really handy to have. Re-X. That's cool. I like the name of it, and I like the card artwork. The Big March of Animals. Right, we'll keep going. I want to try and get to at least 300, and it gives me something to do during the week as well when I've got a bit of downtime. I can just open up Bastion's cards. And as I said, there's quite a lot of cards in Bastion's booster pack that I kind of want. And I know for a fact someone mentioned I should try a Dark World deck. Not sure if it's meta or anything like that, but I just saw Dark World being suggested in the community tab when I asked my community of like what decks or what archetypes I should try. I do remember Dark World being mentioned, so oh, that's a card I need, Infinite Impermanence. So I might give Dark World a look over, because I will have the cards at the end of this, and see what exactly Dark World's all about. It looks kind of interesting. Des Koala. 287. Her Fossil Tusker. See, cards like that. And a Miracle Jurassic Egg that's kind of like a Blue Eyes support to get a Blue Eyes out, but this one's for Dinosaur. Fossil Tusker. Look how cool that card looks. It's like a mammoth, but it just looks so cool. I don't care if the card's bad, it just looks so cool. It looks badass. It's bad, but it's badass looking. Totally Awesome again. Okay, that's a Dark World card. Lair of Darkness, is that Dark World? Might be, I'm not sure. As I'm gonna have to look at it. Destroyosaurus? Seriously, that's a cool name, Destroyosaurus. It's a bit of a pun, but that's so cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do a dinosaur deck now. Ryuku Field, I think I had that card as well. King of the Beast again, Kangaroo Champ, Jurassic Impact. Another Vampire. I have to do Dinosaur and Vampire. Another Dino Wrestler. Hyper Hammerhead. I'm pretty sure, what's his face used that as well. Veil of Darkness. Okay, there's a lot of dark cards in here too. Very surprising to see in like Bastion's pack. Superconductor Tyranno. That's definitely a familiar card to me because I'm pretty sure one of the base decks in one of the old Yu-Gi-Oh games gave that to you. It was like the old 5Ds one, 2008 I think it was, that particular 5Ds, I think. I can't recall, but I'm pretty sure it's Superconductor Tyranno in it. Tadpole, I remember using Tadpole, good way to quickly mill out my deck. Des Frog. When this card is tribute someone, you can special summon Des Frogs from your hand, or deck up to the number of tadpoles in your grave. Oh, there actually is a strategy around tadpole? Huh, that's cool. Right, submarine. Oh, there's even frogs. Good old frogs. 289. The only frog I can think of that I'm familiar with is like Rescue Frog. Pretty sure that's a banned card, is Rescue Frog. Baby Ceratosaurus. That's look cool. That's a cool looking dinosaur. Soul Eater Oviraptor. It just looks so cool. Like it looks like a zombie dinosaur, and it's got like blue flames coming out of it, very zombie-esque like. So cool. Yeah, I've got to make a dinosaur deck now. Rush Recklessly, Drag Down into the Grave, Vampire Desire. That's got a lot of text. Right, we have to be pretty close now to getting 300. Helios Trice, yeah, that's one of those another weird ones. And someone actually said that deck apparently is quite good. I just didn't use it the right way, which is really no surprise. As I said, during that duel, I just really went over my head. Not particularly a playstyle I'm familiar with either, nor that good at. So, as I said, it's no surprise that deck actually is decent. I just don't fully understand, nor does it kind of compute in my head how the deck's supposed to work. Dupe Frog, that sounds familiar as well. 9 more cards left. I actually wanted to see more of this deck now. It's like I'm very, very curious to see what's in this deck. Because I'm actually now got that mood of like, yeah, I think I've got to build a deck now. Once I've got a couple of videos to render still, so I've got to render this video, then I've got to render Zuda, which I sat down and recorded yesterday. I only did 3 episodes because there was an electrical storm straight after that. So I kind of had to prematurely end the recording session. So while those are rendering, I could sit down and make a dinosaur deck. I could even make a vampire deck if I've got the cards for it. Oh, okay, now my love for this game's kind of coming back. Because it is kind of like the excitement I kind of had before I did that marathon. It's like, oh yes, I'm so pumped to make a deck and try new things. And then the marathon kind of like drained that excitement away. Because obviously I was playing it every day, having to make decks quite constantly. So that excitement kind of wasn't there. Because it's like, okay, I've got to force myself to make a deck. And it kind of really does. It flattens you after a while. Unless you like, of course, you know, you live and breathe the game, which sometimes that can happen. Like, I sometimes do that with new games. I'll sit down and I'll play them and be like, oh, this is such a good game, and I play it for like 2 months straight at that point. If it was one of those times, I mean, if I did that marathon around the time I just started playing Legacy of the Duelist, when I first downloaded it, I probably could have done that marathon for like 2 months, because that's how much I was playing this game. But because I had already had a hold of Legacy of the Duelist for quite some time already by that point, it was like, that moment of like wanting to sit down and play it constantly had already been, you know, long past at that point. And as I said, being someone who's like, you know, I'm interested in Yu-Gi-Oh, but not to the point of wanting to learn competitive or anything like that, just play casually. I don't know if I can actually sit and play a Yu-Gi-Oh game that consistently. And the answer to that, as I found out, was I can't. I get bored after a while. It's like, I gotta play another game at that point. Unless, of course, I can get through that and be like, one day, on a day that I'm really, like, inspired, I could probably record like a whole bunch of videos, and maybe that could have got me through the marathon a bit easier. Actually, now that I think about it for the marathon, I think what really screwed me over was the fact that I had to like go away to Singapore at that time. It's just unfortunate I was going away to Singapore just a week before the game's release. I think if that didn't happen, I may have been okay to actually get most of that marathon done early, and may not have been as burnt out as quickly. 3 more cards left. Earthquake. 2 cards left. Kora Turtle looks so weird. Doki Doki! Doki Doki. I'm pretty sure it means like exciting in Japanese. Doki Doki. Doki Doki. Oh, that looks so cool. I still haven't got... I thought that was a new card. Blazing Impachi. I think that's an old card, Blazing Impachi. Mad Lobster. That does look pretty mad. It looks actually quite creepy. Oh, there's 300. I just noticed it as I clicked the A button. Neat. Alright, that's about all I'm going to really show off for Bastion's booster pack, but it definitely is one to open up. There's a lot of cards in there that a lot of decks might rely on. Next up will be Alexis booster pack, because she's got a lot of Solomon cards that we need. And after that, I'll probably move on to like Cyrus, because he's going to have the Cyber Dragons I need to try out. Chaz has a couple of cards I need to try out, plus Ojamas, and then from there we'll work out who we do after that. Would it be Jaden's or Jesse's? Alright, so as I already kind of mentioned in this episode, this might have another episode coming out on Wednesday, because I generally feel I'm not going to be ready for Wednesday's episode when Wednesdays comes around. And the only reason for that is because I kind of was hoping to have Zuda kind of mostly completed last night, but as I said, electrical storm kind of happened and ended my recording session a bit prematurely, so that's not going to happen, because I'm going to have to now sit down and do Zuda after this, and then kind of find a day to sit down and do Wednesday's episode. It really just kind of comes down to if I can get Wednesday's episode bulk recorded and get the editing done, because I've also got to sit down and do a little bit extra now for that series than I actually thought I had to do, so that's going to be interesting. I think just for the sake of saving a bit of stress, I might just actually record another episode of this and just upload it for Wednesday, and then say the new series for Wednesday comes out the next Wednesday, not this Wednesday coming, but the next Wednesday after that. So I think that might work out well, and you guys are going to enjoy that as well. So that's going to be my plan. So that's what's happening. The next episode we'll continue on with the campaign with Schooling the Master, Zane versus the good old Chancellor, and we'll probably move on to this particular duel. But until then, this is Lady KrimZen reminding you lot to stay beautiful, and ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!